But if you just want to get rid of the books and you're just some mundane salesperson, they can feel that. Consciousness is a powerful, subtle energy, so that people can pick up what consciousness the other person is in. So if we are in a selfless mood of service and an affection and not expecting, but simply wanting to serve and please the other person, they can pick up on that and they will respond nicely. But if we are somehow not satisfied and we always wish, I wish he would do something else, and I wish he would be like this and like that, so the husband can feel it, then he will not be inclined to, give nice care and all that, Yes. So that's why, the wife has to see the husband as a hero, not just pretending, but deep within the heart, she has to look up to him. I know quite a few women also in the West who are just not satisfied with their husband, who always wish he would be something else. And he's so dutiful, works hard, renovates the house. But she wants him to be a book distributor and preach, and not satisfied. So, and of course, he can feel this, even if she doesn't say anything, but he can feel it, and he gets annoyed, Yes. Yeah, so the wife has to accept him as he is, and not always wish he would be something else, So that all has to be worked out before we sign the contract, And that's why I'm suggesting, give yourself a bit more time to get to know each other and see, are you on the same page, Yes. All these things are in the questionnaire, even, how you solve conflicts, do you accept a counselor, all these questions are there. So discuss them before you get married, And if you didn't, then it's your bad luck. So now you have to eat the porridge you cooked for yourself there. And just accept things as they are. You can't complain, Any other question? Yes, Prabhu.
Like you're saying, we have to hear to the wife, but sometimes so much time goes in that, and especially they are very more talkative, and how to balance that.
I dare say, if you regularly hear your wife, then she may not have so much to talk. But, if for a whole week you didn't listen to her, so then, of course, quite a few things build up there, and then it may take 2 hours, until she says everything she wants to get out there. But if you spend every day, you do some regular maintenance of the relationship. Yes. And also, you may have to set a little bit of a time frame, So see, best is if a woman knows, okay, from 8 to 8:30 or from 8 to 9, this is my time with my husband. But if there is no time set aside, then it can be very frustrating for a woman. Because remember, for her, the main satisfaction is the relationships. So that has to be understood. So, and of course, that's why it's also important that we live close to a temple. We are an active member of a temple community, because then also the wife has other relationships, But if we live far away from a temple, like in Europe, we have these situations where people live 200 kilometers from the next temple. My God, what is this? How are you expecting to nourish your bhakti lata? And the wife sits all day at home in a flat waiting for the husband to walk in, and with 2 screaming kids, no other women to associate with. So of course then she jumps on the husband, or finally, he is there and he has to be the source of my fulfillment, So that is already planning failure, So we have to be close, to a temple, active part of a community, and then the ladies have their friendships also, and then they also get some support and from that, But still, a husband has to be there also, So, and you can set a time frame, okay, 8 to 8:30 or whatever it is. So, how we want to spend our time, And on the weekends also a little bit of time also, Yes, yes, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty common complaint of the women that they feel, oh, their husband is always out, they hardly ever see him, he doesn't even talk much to them, Not so nice. Yeah. What else?
Mataji, it can be the other way around also.
That the wife is out all day and the husband never sees her.
No, the wife does not want to talk.
Wife does not want to
Talk at all.
talk. Really?
The wife does not want to talk at all. The wife wants to live in her own virtual world.
Really?
Can happen.
Can happen. All right. Well, then we should ask ourselves, well, maybe I'm doing something wrong that she doesn't want to talk to me.
Even when a husband makes an attempt.
Is it?
Repeated attempts. Not once, not twice, not 100 times. Repeated attempts.
Really? I haven't come across that so much.
Attempts are not huge because I find sometimes devotees are so devotional that they miss out on a practical. Actually, I was hearing your class on the YouTube just now,
Okay.
and I found it really, really amazing because it's so practical. Because sometimes devotees forget to live a normal life. When you have a wife, maybe you're not living a normal. Her expectation is to have a normal husband who is full of affection, love, care. But what she's getting is somebody who's a little living in a box of Krishna consciousness with a little personal relationship problem.
Yes, it's true. It's true. Sometimes we really, I mean, we don't have time for this. In the Grihastha book, there's a whole chapter about affection. That there is really that understanding amongst some devotees that, no hugs, no kisses, it's all Maya, Come on, it's a conjugal relationship. Let's be a little normal here, Of course, there has to be affectionate dealings between husband and wife. But these things are in some people's heads. And then the whole atmosphere in the home is completely disturbed and emotionally, dry and cold and,
I think my Guru Maharaj asked our temple president itself, many years ago, when was the last time you gave your wife a gift? And then there was kind of, we remember when you gave it.
I have another good story to tell you, Prabhupada's story. There was one devotee, he was a brahmachari for many years and then he got married. And Prabhupada asked him, is your wife happy? And he said, not so much. And then Prabhupada said, you have to give her more affection. You must kiss her. Prabhupada's instruction, you must kiss her. So Prabhupada saw that he was still in his brahmachari mood there, Yes. So that was the instruction. Actually, Mataji told me the story. And I asked her if I can include it in the book with her name, and she said, yes, put it in. You know?
The Samskara book also Prabhupada's quotation that you can, my life is, hugs and kisses are okay.
Yes, I mean, as I'm saying, Prabhupada gave the instruction, you must kiss her. Yeah, I mean, some people are all blown out. Oh, what? Prabhupada said that? Really? You know? Yeah, so let's be just a little normal here, you know? And it's a conjugal relationship. It's not a brother-sister relationship, you know? Yes. Yes.
Prabhuji's question, I'm just translating in English.
Okay, but he speaks pretty well English. Or he's too embarrassed to ask, is it? Yes, okay, let's hear it.
Prabhuji's question is that in morning there is a morning program, and after that he has to rush to his business. So all time very busy. And after coming also there is Chayana, and then very little, hardly he gives times to his wife and sons.
Really?
And also to relatives. So everyone is complaining how to manage all this.
Everybody is complaining, are they? I mean, see, you have to look at your life. I can only give you the principles. So somewhere you have to cut some corners. You know, if you have your own business, then maybe, you know, you just do a little less in your business there, be satisfied with a tiny little less income or something, and just go home earlier, you know? I mean, Prabhupada says 8 hours work a day, not more. So 8 hours, there should be still 16 left, you know? You know, yeah. But I put it all in that book, where Prabhupada says 8 hours working, so, and then there should be time for spiritual life, for hearing Bhagavatam, attending some kirtan. Also, see, you don't have to always come here for the evening program. A very nice thing to do in a family is to just have 10, 15 minutes kirtan in the evening together with your family members. Very powerful, you know? Just to do that, to have 10, 15, or if you're enthusiastic, 20 minutes kirtan with your family members. That really focuses everybody's minds, you know, on Krishna. Otherwise, everybody sits in their rooms with their mobile phones, and then even within the family, it can become very impersonal. But if you get together, you introduce this as a set ritual, especially also when the kids are small. You know, very nice for the children to grow up with this culture of having every evening some kirtan together. This may be even more powerful than rushing to the temple for Goarati or something. To just have a little kirtan at home, you know, and then the kids see, or the fathers doing the Goarati, you know, this creates deep samskaras, whereas here in the temple often the kids run around like mad, and, you know, so maybe better to have the Goarati at home. Finish off the day with a little kirtan, with some little reading, you know. What?
Prabhuji is asking, not in temple, at home only.
Yes, I'm saying at home. I mean, I'm not setting a rule here, you can't come to the temple, you know, of course not. But I'm saying, just experiment, you know, or you can have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, kirtan at home, and the other days here, or whatever, you know. But if you, especially answering your question, where your family members feel you're not spending enough time with them, you know, because you're running to the programs. So that's my specific answer to you. So Why not have the evening program at home with your family members? You know? And that creates more of a bond amongst the family members. Like that. But anyway, some time for the family has to be there. Because as I explained, family life creates the foundation to everything else. You know? So if there's dissatisfaction in your home, then your mind will not be peaceful enough to really, you know, develop your devotional life and do your duties, you know. So there has to be stability and peace and harmony in the home. So, and if they all complain, then obviously something needs adjustment. And that you have to work out, you know, what to adjust. But if you're out more than 8 hours a day, well, as Propad says, 8 hours a day, that should be enough working time. Probably we have a few people here who work more than 8 hours a day, huh? Yeah, so otherwise we over-endeavor for mundane achievements, you know. So the working is not the main and foremost thing in life, you know. All right, 8:30. Very last question. Last.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you for the class, very enlightening. And I would like to ask everything you have said, like pattern matching and then deciding for ashram and all, you had so many doubts about us because I am deciding now. So, what important roles does it play, like dependence upon Krishna? If I believe this deciding on ashram or pattern matching, as you said, all this upon Krishna, I do my services sincerely, coming to morning programs, listening to my guru, serving devotees. So, will Krishna do all these things, or will give me the intelligence that I am within yoga, or somehow will contribute so that I make the right choices and the right things?
I mean, see, Krishna acts through giving instructions. You can't just sit and say, okay, Krishna should arrange the right wife for me or something. No, he gives the instructions, how to go about it. And Prabhupada explains them in his purports, you know. So we can't just make Krishna our order supplier here and he has to do it. No, the way he acts, the way he, you know, takes care of us is by giving his instructions, you know. So, and you know, in Prabhupada's books there's clear instructions. What is the right time for men to get married? And it's all in Prabhupada's books, you know. So we have to study Prabhupada's books and accept the instructions. And then have mentor, counselor who helps us to, you know, see how it fits in our personal life and so on. So we have to accept guidance, you know. It doesn't just drop all from the sky or something. So it's our responsibility to get some understanding, to educate ourselves, you know, to train, that we get some training and education. How we are meant to go through the ashrams, you know? It's over there.
But the example in the scripture of Devaki and Gadamuni, so Krishna arranged Devaki for Gadamuni, so something we can depend upon.
No, not Krishna arranges. You know, Swayambhuva Manu came and asked him to accept his daughter in marriage. So it was matchmaking, right? Huh? Yes. She didn't just drop from the sky or something. No, there was matchmaking happening. And he knew, you know, the father of Devaki knew which husband to choose for his daughter. He had the knowledge. Whereas today the parents don't have the knowledge, unfortunately. You know? Yes. So that's the whole example of matchmaking. Okay? All right, so maybe for most of you it's the last chance to get books if you don't have any yet, because day after tomorrow I'm leaving, so tomorrow evening we don't have a program anymore, only tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning we have one last session on the false ego, but many of you may be having to go to work or something. Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveda Bhaktivinoda ki, Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Today was really, really awesome.
Was it? It was so simple and